This episode is an open letter to the girlies that need to hear it. And if you've tapped onto this right now, you are where you're meant to be. You tapped onto this for a reason. You're tapping into this episode because this is what you need to hear. So this is an open letter written straight to you. It says, "Dear, your name right at the top. Love, KP. This is what you need to hear today." This is a letter to the girly who has been stuck in constant self-sabotage mode, and you might not even realize that you've been stuck in it, but this is where you've been, stuck in this constant loop of working towards a goal, deciding what you want, then doubting yourself on the journey, not being sure if this is for you, getting nerve-wracking feelings, getting hesitant, getting doubtful, not fully trusting yourself, and then sabotaging the journey, stepping back from working towards the goal, doubting yourself on the journey so that you make it impossible for yourself to get over that hump to the other side where your dream self is waiting for you. In this episode, I am going to help you break through this cycle and get to the other side of self-sabotage, where you are fueling yourself and you are in abundance mode, where you are allowing everything to come into your life, the money, the dream house, the dream apartment, the dream partner, the dream job, whatever it is that you're manifesting. The self-sabotage loop needs to break. The inner healing needs to happen before you can get to the other side and have all of those tangible things. So this is my letter to you, where we are going to break through this, and I'm going to validate you, and we are going to come to a solution together. 5 to Thrive is open and ready for you. Every single week, we enroll new members. And this is your sign to stop waiting. This is the week that gets to be your day one. It's a 5-week experience where you are breaking the mold and building habits in every single part of your alignment that matters, from every piece of your lifestyle and your inner healing, your nourishment, your movement, your self-care, your mental health, and your passion are all being tapped into and brought into clear alignment. And this is what you deserve to be doing this season. This is your time to say yes to yourself. The price is not going to be this low forever. So get into the room now. Stop holding yourself back. Stop putting everyone else before yourself and get into 5 to Thrive. If you are ready to break through the self-sabotage cycle faster, if you are ready to embody your higher self this season, if you're ready to stop getting caught in the same loop of dreaming for things, wishing for things, wanting things to happen, and then getting in your own way, if you are sick of seeing yourself fall into the same patterns and you want to see massive change and growth, 5 to Thrive is the place to be. You have 12 weeks access to the community where you can make friends, connect with me. We meet on weekly coaching calls where you can chat with me directly. You have infinite resources, private podcast episodes, private trainings where you are guided through the entire process to change your life around in 5 weeks. You can join today for as low as $75. You can pay $75 today and get yourself into the room, join the community, join the party, get your name on my sticky note wall, and bring yourself into the place that's going to change your life. Your dream self is waiting for you to say yes, and this is your opportunity to make a change. I am so excited to work closer with you. You and I deserve to be closer together than just the podcast. The podcast is amazing, and I'm so grateful for every single person that's listening. But if you've been feeling called to work closer together, to get on live calls together, to chat you and me directly, this is the place to be. Let's get into this episode and break your self-sabotage pattern. Welcome to Perspective with Kaylee Phillips, the safe space to get deep, break through, and find alignment. Here we prioritize wholehearted self-love, passion-driven careers, and living your absolute best life. You're here for a reason, so jump into the good energy, put your rose-colored glasses on, and tune in for massive impact and growth. I'm your host, KP, ready to release perfect and welcome perspective. So in today's episode, as I'm sharing this open letter with you, I want to get vulnerable and tell you a story about my partner. And she is the reason that I actually created the 5 to Thrive program, because she was in this constant self-sabotage loop, as was I, and we were kind of mirroring each other. It's interesting how you can mirror the people that you surround yourself with, but we were mirroring each other in this pattern of working towards a goal, very different goals, but both working towards something, and then getting an inch and then feeling like, okay, this is fine, this is enough. It's almost a fear of success and a fear of failure combined, So for example, she's on her fitness journey and she gets to a place where she works out 3 days in a row and she eats pretty good 3 days in a row. And it's like, all right, you know what? I did good. I worked out for 3 days. I think I deserve a break. This is fine. Because internally, there's a fear of failing, a fear of working out for 175 days in a row and still not feeling happy, because you say, oh yeah, once I hit this fitness goal, once I hit this weight drop goal, once I look like this image in my head, then I'll be happy. Then all my problems will fade away. And it's like when you get to that day 3 or 4, you get this internal fear of, oh, but what if that's not the case? And newsflash, it's not. It's just not. Losing the weight, achieving the money goal, achieving anything tangible is not going to heal everything else in your life if you're not starting internally, if you're not getting to the root cause of your self-doubt, the root cause of your unhappiness, if you're not healing yourself as a human being and getting deep into your soul, and you're just focusing on, yeah, if I do this 30-day Pilates challenge that I found, I'll feel happier, my life will get better, and once I'm skinny, it'll be fine, and once I make this money, I'll be fine. So that's like your fear of success, right? The fear of success where you're saying, what if I do it and then I still don't feel better? And then there's the fear of failure. You do it for 3 days and it's like, what if I can't keep going? What if this is it? What if I'm not capable? What if I can't do it? And it's like nerve-wracking. And you know what? I have to tell you, those nerves, those butterflies that you feel, they are a sign that you are on the edge of a massive breakthrough. When you're feeling those nerves, you're feeling those butterflies because you're leaving your comfort zone. And when we leave our comfort zone, it's not comfort zone, growth zone right away. There's your comfort zone, and then there's your fear zone. So there's 4 zones that you have to pass through. So first you're in your comfort zone. This is your safe bubble where everything's exactly as you anticipate it, nothing unexpected, nothing challenging. Then the next phase is your fear zone. So this is when you start a new challenge. This is when you start a new journey. This is when you initiate change. You say, I'm going to try something new, I'm going to try something different, or I'm going to start working on myself. And this is the fear zone because it's new, it's unprecedented, it's uncharted territory, it's different, and it brings fear. Now it's up to you to work through the fear zone, not leap over it like it doesn't exist, not push it down like it's not there, but work through it. And that looks different for everyone speed wise. Some people can zap right through it in a day and say, you know what, I got this. You can hype yourself up. You can be your confidence woman. Some people can sit in that fear zone for a long time. And that's where that self-sabotage loop really is, because you go back and forth between the comfort zone and the fear zone and you never let yourself pass through. It's like, okay, I'm going to go back to what's comfortable. Okay, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, no, I'm not. Never mind. It's not going to work out. I'm scared of being successful, or I'm scared of failing, or both. Fearful of yourself, fearful of all the things, fearful of judgment. There's so many fears that you just give into them and then hop right back into the comfort zone. You get stuck in that loop over and over and over again. It's up to you to do the inner work. And this is what I keep saying. You making a certain amount of money, or you hitting a certain fitness goal, or you doing something tangible, whatever it is, everyone's is so different. I always come back to the fitness and the money because those are the ones that my partner and I really felt. Me as a former hustling business owner and her as a former hustling fitness girly. We both just were on those journeys. That's the experience I keep reflecting on here. But whatever it is for you, the tangible thing, it could be a relationship, it could be a house where you say, once I have this, everything will be fine. That is not going to bring you out of the fear zone, because it has nothing to do with your inner healing. Because now if we're going to get really deep with it, we're going to get a little woo-woo. So stay with me. The point of life is not any of these tangible things. The point of life is not the money, the house, the car, the partner. It's not any of those tangible things. It is about learning lessons, becoming the best version of yourself as a human being, and finding your happiness and finding yourself and connecting back with your soul, connecting back with spirit, connecting back with your root. That is why we're here. If we were here to get the fanciest house and the fanciest car, that would just be the most surface level thing ever. And honestly, I don't think I would feel this purpose to share perspective and alignment with you if I believed that was the purpose of life, right? And if you believed that was the purpose of life, you wouldn't be listening to this. The point of life is to find yourself, come home to yourself, come home to your soul. At the end of the day, if all of the things went away, you are still happy with who you are. So let's go back to the comfort zone conversation. We leave our comfort zone, we go through the fear zone now. And that's where our self-sabotage loop happens. Now the next phase, I told you there's 4 phases: comfort zone, fear zone. Now the next phase that you can get into, if you can get through that fear zone and do the inner healing, is the learning zone. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens right here, the learning zone. This is where you're learning about yourself, you're learning about the world, you're opening yourself up to new experiences, you're letting yourself be the experiment to learn what makes you tick, what makes you thrive, what makes you feel good, what makes you not feel good, what can you do with those feelings. You're learning about your relationships, you're learning about yourself. This is where you are coming home to your soul actively through these tangible outlets, like a workout challenge and like a money making challenge, like starting your own business, all of these tangible things. Those are just outlets to find ourselves. These are different channels that we can go down that lead us back to home or lead us to these lessons that will redirect us to home. You know what I'm saying? And the way to explain it is it's scary because you see yourself changing and you, again, fear of success or fear of failure. You either fear that you're not worthy of the success you're experiencing. You're experiencing this growth and you're like, oh my gosh, am I worthy of this? Can I handle this? Can I handle being this amazing version of myself? Absolutely. Yes, you can, girlfriend. Yes, you can. But there's that fear. Or there's the fear of failure. What if I can't? Imposter syndrome pops in. What if this is all a fluke? What if I can't do this? What if I fail? What if I learn all of these things and then I can't manage it and I let it fall to pieces? Fears come up and you kind of can travel right back. You can travel right back into that fear zone and go resort back to your comfort zone. Or you can allow yourself to see everything as a lesson and an opportunity. This is the mindset shift I've really been trying to work on with you guys. Everything is a lesson and an opportunity. It's so easy in the learning zone too to just fall into victim mentality and say, oh, of course this happens to me. Why did this happen to me? But it's all lessons because the learning isn't always going to be fun. It's not always going to be the universe saying, okay, here's a fun lesson for you. It's going to be challenging. There's going to be loss and things for you to work through and mud to push through. But it's a beautiful thing. And if you're able to open your perspective to seeing these things as lessons and opportunities, that's when you're golden. And that's when you can let yourself pass right through into the growth zone. And that's kind of the end of the tunnel where you've grown, where I don't want to say check mark, because I try to pull you guys out of that check mark mentality where you're saying, okay, I'm checking off my to-do list, I'm checking off the goals, because then that's very final result oriented. And I want to really emphasize that the magic happens in that learning zone because the growth zone is beautiful. Yes, you're a new person, you've embodied this highest self, you have all the things, the house has fallen into your lap, the opportunities have fallen into your lap, everything is magnetized to you because you've opened yourself up to working through your fears, healing yourself, learning all the lessons, taking all the opportunities, taking the risks, pushing yourself past your boundaries, not resorting back to your comfort zone. And now you've wound up in this growth zone where all of the magical things are happening for you and it feels so easy and you feel like you've grown into this new person and it's beautiful. But the point of it all isn't just this end result of, yes, I've grown, because guess what? Once you've grown, there's more to do. There's always more to do. Never settle because you are worth millions. You are worth infinite. Your potential is literally limitless. Law of oneness, right? Law of one. If one person can do something, anyone can do something. There's no hierarchy. No one's better or worse than anyone. It's all about finding yourself. And once you can come home to yourself, your potential is absolutely limitless. Really think about what that word means. Limitless. Infinite potential. Anything you want, think of that and then multiply it by 1,000,000. Yes, you can have it 100% when you do the inner work, when you heal yourself, when you come home to yourself, when you can really fully believe, yes, I am deserving of all good things. And that's how you walk through life. And everything that comes your way is an opportunity. So this growth zone, it's a beautiful place to be, but it's not about the end result. It's about the journey because you're not going to look back and say, oh yeah, whatever. I have all these tangible things, more. You're going to look back and say, wow, look at who I've become. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so grateful for all of these opportunities. I'm so grateful for everyone I met, every conversation I had. I am so reflective. I'm so grateful. You'll find yourself grateful without all the things because you're grateful for who you are. And all of the things just come in. They just come in so naturally because you're so in tune, tapped in, turned on. You know what I'm saying? So my letter to you is to allow yourself to leave the comfort zone first. If you're not leaving your comfort zone, putting yourself out there, taking the risks, putting yourself where you're meant to be, saying yes to yourself, finally putting yourself first, leaving this box that you've created, then nothing is ever going to happen. If you are staying in that comfort zone, if you are staying in that box, change will not come. And I want to validate you because when you leave that box, it's going to be scary for a minute. It's going to be scary. The fear zone is right outside, but if you can just walk through that fear zone and watch what you can do when you work through those fears, when you work on yourself, when you heal yourself, when you focus on your alignment, and again, not just focus on the end result because it's not about the end result. It's about who you become on the journey to the end result. And getting to that end result it's It's just the accumulation of all the amazing things that you've learned and who you've become. So that's what I want you to focus on. This letter to you is all about breaking out of your comfort zone because you're worthy of that. You are worthy of leaving your comfort zone. You don't deserve, and you shouldn't. You're worth so much more than staying in your comfort zone for your whole life. Work through that fear zone. Let yourself get into the learning zone and dance around in the learning zone. Enjoy it. If you're in it right now, if you feel like you've been kind of bouncing around between these zones, but really being in that learning zone where the tough lessons are coming at you, where challenges are coming at you, you are doing it. You are right there. You are almost there. Keep learning, keep growing, keep letting yourself experience these things so that you can get into the growth zone and magnetize all of those amazing things. Don't let yourself resort back to that fear zone because you are worth more than that and your dream is worth so much more than that. If you are ready to jump out of the comfort zone and get into that learning zone with me and feel all of that magic and dance around in the amazingness of finding yourself, coming home to yourself and tapping into your alignment, join me in 5 to Thrive. It is going to be incredible for you. New members join every single week. The community is on fire. The journey is just so beautiful. There is so much amazingness happening inside of 5 to Thrive. You can read more about it on the link in the description. Don't wait any longer. The price is not going to stay this low for long. You can join today for as low as $75, and it is going to be life changing. I have never been so excited to share something with you guys. And just to reiterate, I reflect on my partner and I's experience because 5 to Thrive did not start as a business idea. It did not start as, okay, what's my next coaching program going to be? It started as, wow, we're struggling. Let's make a change. And we sat all night and wrote out what went wrong, what went right. We did case study after case study on past experiences with trying 75 hard, trying this challenge, trying this daily journaling, putting this poster on the wall with the gold sticker. We tried everything. We did the gold sticker chart, the gold star chart. We tried everything and it always wasn't working. And we came down to the root causes of why it wasn't working. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't unique to us. It wasn't exciting. And it was keeping us in our comfort zone and making us resort back into our fear zone again and again and again. And we finally created 5 to Thrive to break that cycle. And we are now both doing it. I think we're doing it for the third time now. We just keep redoing it because it's like, it's such a sustainable thing. It's not like 75 hard where it finishes and then you're like, oh my God, I'm so burnt out. That was awful. And like, it's like, okay, now what do I do? It's not like, I mean, you guys let me know if you've done 75 hard all the way through and then after felt like, yeah, I can keep doing this. But I feel like everyone that I've talked to, I did a few market research conversations, and at least women who are focusing on their cycle and focusing on their mental health at the same time did not finish 75 hard and feel like, yeah, this is sustainable for me. This is something I want to bring into my whole lifestyle. But with my goal with 5 to Thrive, creating 5 to Thrive was about building habits and building a routine and building a lifestyle that you say, yeah, I can see myself talking to my future kids about this, my future grandkids about this. I can see myself carrying this on for life and allowing myself to reflect and mold with this. And it helps you grow into the person you're meant to be. It actually is a superpower. It actually is a toolbox. It's not a challenge that you're working against. It's something that is fueling you and building you up. So that was my intention behind creating it. And then after that night, I was like, wait a minute, I think I need to share this with the world. And I almost just shared it in my membership that I had at the time where I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just do a workshop focused on like teaching this. And then as we meditated on it a bit more, I was like, no, I need to share this bigger. This needs to be more. I need to change people's lives with this the way that it's changing your life. I'm watching her grow. I'm watching me grow. And now again, we're doing it for like the third time where we're working on bigger habits and infusing bigger change into our lives and working through that comfort zone to growth zone channel over and over again. I am amazed at how much she's grown because she was stuck in that loop at the very beginning for so long. She could not break through that first habit of changing her fitness and nourishment goals. Her movement and nourishment goals was just such a self-sabotage loop. And now she is just doing incredible. She's actually gluten and dairy free with me now. And that has been so helpful for me. I have to tell you, to have that accountability, which is another huge part of 5 to Thrive because you have the community. Because I'm sure you could do it alone. And I do teach you how to do 5 to Thrive all by yourself in a free masterclass. So if you want to go watch that, because there's no reason for me to keep the 5 to Thrive program a secret. You can go do it right now, just as you can do 75 hard by yourself right now. But the reason that it's been a program is, one, for me to guide you through it and actually hold your hand as you are implementing these new habits. Make sure you're implementing healthy habits, not toxic habits, and the community, the accountability, the weekly calls with me, the coaching, the mentorship, and of course, the mindset support. You have weekly guided meditations that you can listen to. You have so many mindset trainings and resources that I'm constantly dropping in our group channel. I'm constantly dropping new videos, new private podcast episodes. I just dropped one the other day teaching about how to fill your cup with healthy habits and the difference between filling your cup with toxic habits versus healthy habits. And I just dropped another one on beating imposter syndrome, and it's just such a great community for the accountability. But yeah, so I'm really proud of her and myself and all of the amazing humans that are coming into Five to Thrive and experiencing that drastic change too. Things that they've said, I've been trying to do this for so long and I could never get into it, and now I've done it. It's so beautiful and amazing to watch the success happen, and I'm so proud and honored to share it with you guys. So go ahead and download that free masterclass, watch it to learn a bit more about Five to Thrive if you're a little bit skeptical or not sure what exactly it entails. But if you are ready to dive into changing your life, if you are ready to break the cycle and see the new you who has all the aligned things, just imagine for a minute the version of you who is completely aligned and thriving in your movement, your nourishment, your self-care, your mental health, and your passion. Imagine that version of you. Just take a minute to visualize that version of you. Holy shit. I am so proud of her. She's amazing. And she's waiting for you. She is waiting on you to say yes to yourself. So say yes to yourself today. Join me in Five to Thrive. I can't wait to see you inside. We enroll every Monday. Don't wait. The price is going to go up soon. Don't wait another week. Join now. Put yourself in the room. Make this your day one. There's no excuses. Oh, and by the way, you have lifetime access to it. So really no excuses. I am so excited to see you inside. Have an amazing day. Love, KP. That was your open letter. Have a great day.